I received a message with someone asking me to explain what the profile of an implant actually meant. And we've somewhat addressed this before in my last video on how do we choose an implant in breast reconstruction, but it's such an important topic, I decided we should revisit it. So once again, when we choose our implant, we look at your breast width because we want it to be as wide as your breast should be. We look at then the volume or projection. And this is where implant manufacturers, I think, were literally just trying to confuse us. So let's take a look at Allergan's size chart to help explain my points. This is my handy dandy Allergan size guide, and I know it's backwards so you can't see it, but it's going to illustrate our points. So if you open it up, you can see that there's different colors, green to yellow. And what this does is it is breaking down implants based on their base width. And so it's showing for a different base width, say 12 centimeters, you can go from a low profile implant all the way up to an extra full profile implant. And you can see they just broke it down so that it fits nicely in a table. It was just random breaking down of implant sizes for each breast width to make up different profiles. So let's go over some examples to illustrate my point. So let's say your base width is 14 centimeters, which is pretty average. If you have an implant that is only 350 cc's, which is like a can and a half of soda, a small implant, that's going to be a low profile implant because it's a wide base with not that much volume, so it's not going to project that far. It's going to be kind of flat looking. Now on the extreme other end, if your base width is 14 and you use an implant that's 650 cc's, so almost twice as large, that's going to be an extra full profile. And the reason for that is, once again, we have the same base with the 14, but we went from 350 cc's to 650 cc's, so almost doubling. And if we can't change the width, the only way to get more volume is this way, volume or projection. Now, an implant manufacturer could have just had a running list of all of the different widths and possible cc's or volume, but instead they broke it up into these confusing different types of profiles. Now, this profile discussion becomes more relevant when you're a breast augmentation candidate, because once again, we have a little bit more freedom about how wide we make your implant. But in reconstruction, we don't. It would look weird. It would look like you had a little softball on your breast as opposed to a natural breast shape. This is a really confusing concept, and I talk about it all the time in clinic. Let me know if the example made sense for you or if you still have more questions.